Celebrity gossip, roundup for people who don't know who celebrities are anymore. Shocker alert! Bad boy actor Scrimbly Bimbam, the concept of fear from Oppenheimer 2, got himself arrested. Apparently early this morning, Scrimbly was caught trying to illegally punch a shrub outside a 7-Eleven in Tarzana. That shrub had been taking boxing lessons. Editor, let's roll that clip of the shrub knocking him out a couple times. Scrimbly was taken into custody by a squad of cops who, get this, couldn't stop laughing. His lawyers are claiming it's all method acting for his role as bush trimmer in the A24 horror flick Bushes Everywhere. Method acting? More like method needing a good lawyer. Editor, one more time with that clip of the shrub. We're rooting for you, Scrimbly. Get help, seriously, or at least a new publicist. I'm Doots McBoots, and this is the Doots Minute. All right, picture this. Gillette Stadium. Chris Martin winks at a crowd of 67,000, summons the kiss cam, and lands on Astronomers CEO Andy Byron and his HR chief Kristen Cabot. They're all cozy, leaning in like they've got secrets deeper than my sock drawer, until they see themselves on the big screen. Byron contorts into a pretzel behind a barrier. Kristen buries her face like she's dodging a pop quiz, and Chris Martin drops, "Oh, either they're having an affair or they're very shy." Next thing you know, the clip rockets onto X and TikTok. Millions of views, Sean's Coldplay cheater cam trending, and a digital pitchfork brigade ready to charge. Neither Byron nor Cabot has spoken up, so the internet's running wild writing the script. Meanwhile, folks are rallying behind Byron's wife, Megan, tagging her like she's the hero in this episode. And me? I get nervous if someone catches me eating fries in public. Honestly, I'd be under my desk faster than Byron dove behind that barrier. Want to dive into the full meltdown? Story? Hit up the article at Where Is the Buzz? I'll be over here practicing my own pretzel escape moves just in case. Celebrity gossip, roundup for people who don't know who celebrities are anymore. Exclusive tea is being spilled. Apparently, the drama between Teeny Tiny Tony and Uncle Crunk is just the tip of the iceberg. Sources say tensions reached a fever pitch at the Hulu reboot of a reboot premiere. Teeny Tiny Tony reportedly went off on Uncle Crunk in front of, like, everyone. Witnesses say it wasn't a good look. This tastes like crime.
Hell no. Come on, wait. To the no. Come on.
Eating costs more than rent in a cardboard box. So grab your sporks, because we're diving into the gourmet world of near starvation. First up, le bain-marie d'épices. Fancy, right? It's that spoonful of mystery sludge you scrape from the bottom of 7 near-empty condiment bottles. Ancient mustard, forgotten relish, hot sauce older than your car, all in one unholy union. The article suggests pairing it with a quiet sob. I suggest a shot of something strong to kill the germs. Next course, wallet, just a wallet. Oh yeah, I went there. You boil your empty damn wallet for an hour, chew slowly, enjoy the salty, leathery goodness. Apparently the gluey paste is full of protein. I'd rather eat my own nerd cluster face. The article even says it's a flavor journey that screams, "I'm eating my wallet." Which, let's be honest, is a sentence I never thought I'd say out loud. So are you guys boiling your billfolds yet or what? Drop a comment. I need to know if I'm alone in this culinary depravity. If you want to see more weirdness from me, hit that subscribe button. And remember, when you watch weird news, you don't let the news ruin your day twice. Cyclops kitten! Cyclops kitten! All right, buckle up, buttercups, because this is a wild one. A kitten in Brazil was just born with one eye. Yeah, you heard me right. This ain't no Pixar movie. This is real life. They're calling it Cyclops cat, like some kind of adorable mythical beast. I mean, look at this beautiful little thing. It was born on November 4th in Vilhena, which is in the state of Rondônia, Brazil. A farmhand named Gilberto Almeida found it in a litter of 4. He said, and I quote, I'm 32 years old and I've never seen anything like this in my life. Now, sadly, this little buddy didn't make it. Passed away on November 6th due to breathing difficulties. Turns out, this condition, called cyclopia, happens when the brain doesn't divide properly during development. Instead of two eye sockets, they get one big old peeper right in the middle. I have something in common with this kitten. People stare at my face like I'm a monster. I feel for this little guy and hope he felt loved, even for the short time he was here. This condition is super rare, affecting fewer than 1 in 100,000 babies. And it can happen in humans too. Usually it's linked to chromosomal abnormalities or medication exposure during pregnancy. So moms-to-be, watch what you're popping. Now I gotta ask you guys, if you could give this little Cyclops kitten a superpower, what would it be? Comment below and let's honor this little dude with some love. And if you want more daily doses of the bizarre, hit that subscribe button. And remember, when you watch weird news, you don't let the news ruin your day twice. Was Homer Simpson plagiarized? All right, settle down, Simpson stands. I have a very important question for you today. Is everyone's favorite nuclear safety inspector a big fat phony? No! That's right, folks. Today we're diving into the shocking possibility that Matt Groening may have, borrowed inspiration for Homer Simpson from a vintage comic strip. I know, scandalous. So, buckle up, buttercups, because this could blow your yellow mind. The article in question details a comic strip character named Adamson. Adamson, created by Swedish cartoonist Oscar Jacobson, appeared in an Icelandic newspaper called Falcon. And get this, back in July of 1949. That's like before color TV. I gotta say, the resemblance is uncanny. Big ol' schnoz, lovable buffoon vibe. The only thing missing is the signature dough. Now, the article isn't accusing Groening of outright theft, because let's be real, inspiration comes from everywhere. Everyone is standing on someone else's shoulders. Groening claims he created Homer while waiting to pitch Life in Hell shorts. But could Adamson have been lurking in his subconscious all along? The article quotes Picasso, saying that good artists copy but great artists steal. And the article argues that there is a difference between copying and stealing. That stealing an idea means interpreting it in your own way. So maybe Homer isn't a ripoff but a reimagining, a tribute, a Simpsonification? Okay, I'll stop. This reminds me of when people were trying to say that my character was ripped off from a Nerd Cluster candy. I mean, I'm way better looking than that candy anyway. For all the juicy details, check out the full article. But I gotta ask you, my lovely weirdos, what do you think? Was Homer's creation a case of divine inspiration, or did Groening accidentally channel a forgotten funny man from Iceland? Let me know in the comments. And remember, when you watch weird news, you don't let the news ruin your day twice. Magic queefing pants?
That did not come from my... No.
All right, duders, gather around, because this one's a real butt burster. A TikTok creator by the name of Gabby Mixco made a hilarious video calling out the Gap for selling pants that, get this, sound like you're queefing when you crouch. I'm not even kidding. This ain't no polite little toot. We're talking full-on poultry in distress levels of noise. Apparently, these pants, and I quote from Gabby, who is now traumatized, make the sound when you bend over in public. Like, imagine you're at a fancy restaurant, you drop your fork, and sounds ripple through the room, all thanks to your fashion choices. Gabby demonstrates this in the video, squatting multiple times, and each time it sounds like a goose is giving birth. She says it's not coming from her, it's the pants. And honestly, I believe her. Now, some brilliant minds in the comments are suggesting solutions, like wearing cotton underwear or slathering yourself in leather conditioner, but let's be honest, at that point, just wear different pants, unless you're into that sort of thing. So, here's where I need your input, my beautiful duders. Have you ever had a clothing malfunction this epic? What's the most embarrassing sound your clothes have ever made? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear your tales of sartorial woe. And if you want to read the full article, it's linked down below. Stay weird, stay wonderful, and for the love of all that is holy, squat test your pants before you leave the house. That's all for now. Doots out. He stuck matches up his what? Today's head scratcher comes straight out of Sweden. Buckle up, buttercups, because this is a doozy. Some absolute mad lad by the name of Martin Stroby has just snagged himself a shiny new Guinness World Record. What's the record, you ask? Well, he shoved 81 matches up his nose.
Bro, what is going on?
81? I didn't even know you could fit that many matches up there. I mean, is that impressive? Absolutely. Is it also deeply, deeply disturbing? You bet your sweet Bippy it is. This sends me spiraling, folks. Where is humanity headed? Are we just fleshy robots programmed to stick things up our noses for fleeting internet fame? Is this all some elaborate performance art piece and I'm just a player in someone else's sick and twisted game? I mean, 81 matches. Maybe I should just shove a bunch of pencils in my ears or something. According to the article, this Stroby fella was inspired by his kids. His kids thought it would be so cool if he broke a world record. So naturally, the first thing that popped into his head was, I'm gonna turn my nose into a matchstick dispenser. He says he's a natural at nostril stretching and ignoring the pain. A natural! I bet he is. He even practiced a technique to keep the matches from falling out. We are doomed. What's the weirdest thing you've ever shoved up your nose? Let me know in the comments. If you want to see me suffer more existential crises on the daily, make sure you subscribe and don't let the news ruin your day twice. Don't let the news ruin your day twice.
The first time I went to a circus, somebody died. One of the clowns died.
Today, we're diving deep into a celebrity scandal that's been simmering for over a decade. It all started back in April 2011 on the oh-so-beige couches of The Today Show. Robert Pattinson, then the sparkly vampire heartthrob, was promoting his movie Water for Elephants, and he dropped a bombshell.
One of the clowns died.
And not just a regular death, oh no.
The joke car exploded on him.
No wonder he's so moody. He watched a man incinerate in a prop vehicle at age 7. 2022, Batman himself is on a press tour for The Batman and finally cracks under pressure during an interview with IGV Presents.
The story I read was that you were at the circus and one died in front of you, basically.
What?
Sociopathy? Maybe. Hilarious. Absolutely.
I have trouble distinguishing fact from fiction.
Okay, so Rob is a liar.
He's lying. I love it.
So the big question is why? What kind of sick mind makes up exploding clown car stories? Luckily, we're not mainstream media. We're the Doots Minute. We don't shy away from the hard-hitting questions. We've spent weeks consulting forensic clown experts. First up, the physics of the joke car.
Oh my god.
We consulted Dr. Eris Thorne, a freelance professor of pyrotechnics. She said, and I quote, "From a physics standpoint, it is nearly impossible for a clown car to spontaneously combust with lethal force."
Oh my god.
Essentially, Robert Pattinson was describing a targeted assassination of a circus performer. I mean, she's got a point. We would have believed him if he said he was raised by wolves. Though probably not, because he was famously enemies with wolf boys. So, let's get to the real question. Why lie? We reached out to a source close to the situation. A barista who once saw Pattinson order a black coffee said, and I quote, "One time he told me his dad was Pan, the goat dude with the flute. But lie about a clown holocaust, but not the one starring Jerry Lewis." If you want to read the full article for yourself, check the links in the description below. And hey, Dude Squad, if you like hearing me make fun of weird news like this every single day, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Celebrity gossip, roundup for people who don't know who celebrities are anymore. The moment you've all been waiting for. The void, yes. The actual void that stares back at you was spotted canoodling with TikTok sensation and noted non-member of the Island Boys, Wisey! Talk about an unlikely pairing. This is a massive upgrade for Wisey, who was previously linked to 3 raccoons in a trench coat. At the moment, it appears to be a long-distance relationship, as footage of a FaceTime between the two was released by their respective managers.
Hey, look, G. I told you from the beginning it can get like this. Diamond on my neck and I couldn't collect on my mother. I came up, put it in there. Y'all got the key to success.
We wish these lovebirds a happy life and also a grrr chick chock brr blubment namen. Breaking news. Millie Bobby Brown carries baby. I mean a baby. Specifically, Millie Bobby Brown's baby. Editor, roll the clip. According to a very serious, not at all exaggerated report, Millie Bobby Brown, yes, the 11 herself, was spotted engaging in a profoundly logistical act. She was seen carrying her baby from a hotel to a car. I'm gonna need a minute. Also, John Bon Bob Jovi was there. I mean, folks, this is groundbreaking. A hotel, a car, a baby, and John Bon Bob Jovi. It's like a celebrity Mad Libs from hell. Editor, hit him with the details. The article states, and I quote, "It is imperative, absolutely crucial, that we, the humble public, know every single detail about Millie Bobby Brown's baby transfer. Because babies, and because celebrities. When Millie Bobby Brown performs a mundane yet sacred task like escorting her own spawn, the baby of Millie Bobby Brown, from point A, a hotel, to point B, a car, it ceases to be private and becomes a public spectacle of paramount importance. We simply must invade the privacy of Millie Bobby Brown, not out of malice, but out of a desperate, vital need to see the baby." The article goes on, and I quote again, "The smooth, seamless transfer of the Millie Bobby Brown baby from the hotel into the waiting car provides a necessary serotonin boost that no mere scientific discovery or humanitarian breakthrough could ever offer." Let's restate the core fact, the blinding beautiful truth. Millie Bobby Brown was carrying her baby from a hotel to a car, and this is important. Why is it important? Because the baby of Millie Bobby Brown must be protected by our collective gaze. Gossip, that gentle art of scrutinizing a stranger's every breath, is the highest form of social service when it involves Millie Bobby Brown and her baby. We salute Millie Bobby Brown. We salute the hotel. We salute the car. But mostly, we salute the fact that Millie Bobby Brown delivered her baby, the baby of Millie Bobby Brown, from one temporary shelter to a mode of mechanical transport. The fact that Millie Bobby Brown has a baby that needs transporting from a hotel to a car confirms everything we ever needed to know about babies and Millie Bobby Brown. Also, all right, folks, sound off in the comments. What do you think about the Millie Bobby Brown baby transfer? And more importantly, what was John Bon Bob Jovi doing there? Let me know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more daily weird news and oddities. Don't let the news ruin your day twice. Celebrity gossip, roundup for people who don't know who celebrities are anymore. Next up, Cremaster Cycle Jr. is not having a good week. This 19-year-old Nepo baby, star of the avant-garde masterpiece The Moistening, stormed out of a Met Gala fitting. Sources say Cremaster refused to wear the designer's concept because, and I quote, "I thought we'd be doing more of a clown diaper baby thing. This dude is on another planet. Clown diaper baby thing. What is he even talking about?" Then, Cremaster took to X, formerly known as Twitter, to blast his co-star, Glenn Shenanigan, posting a cryptic message. "Mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. Some mother fienders need to know that. Amino fiends." Glenn's currently on a world tour in landlocked Laos. Editor, can we get a shot of Laos on the screen? Maybe some landlocked humor? It's so cute I want to put it in my mouth. All right, buckle up, buttercups, because today we are diving headfirst into the ridiculously adorable world of Tenrecs. Yeah, you heard me, Tenrecs. They're like hedgehogs. But if hedgehogs were like secretly more related to elephants, seriously. So, the Smithsonian's National Zoo just welcomed a litter of 5 lesser Tenrecs. 5 little spiky potatoes of pure, unadulterated joy. Born July 18th to parents Luke and Bun. And get this, they're the first Tenrecs born at the Small Mammal House since 2017. It's a freaking Tenrec renaissance. They look like hedgehogs, I know, but they're not. They're actually closer to elephants. Can you even wrap your head around that? Evolution is a real weirdo, folks. At birth, these little nuggets are like peanut-sized, 1.5 to 2 inches long and weigh about 10 grams or 2 nickels. When threatened, they roll into a ball like a living landmine of adorableness. The keepers at the zoo even put little dabs of non-toxic paint on their backs so they can tell them apart. Like, oh, that's Sparkles and that one's Captain Prickles. Apparently, these little guys love dust baths. They roll around in dust and rub it into their spines. The zoo staff says that it is a natural behavior called scent anointing. They do this to use these scents as camouflage and parasite repellent. But here's where it gets serious, folks. Lesser Tenrecs are native to Madagascar, and their populations are threatened by logging. So, when you're buying wooden stuff, make sure it's sustainable. Save the Tenrecs, save the world, save my sanity. So, here's the question I need answered, people. If you could have a Tenrec as a pet, what ridiculous name would you give it? Let me know in the comments. I'm thinking Sir Reginald Fluffington III, but I'm open to suggestions. And that's your daily dose of delightful weirdness. Hit that subscribe button for more news that'll make you say, wait, that's a real thing? And remember, when you watch weird news, you don't let the news ruin your day twice. Hold on to your swim trunks, Santa Monica. A California man allegedly flipped the script on dam safety, jumped in the buff, tried to yacht nap a boat, then a truck, and now he's in court. According to court papers, 29-year-old Sean Cavender told cops he ran out of gas on I-80. I once ran out of coffee and nearly cried. But Cavender didn't stop at tears. He ghosted Trooper Harold, left his 2 dogs in the car, then stripped on Piney Dam and cannonballed. And because one ridiculous stunt was too tame, he tried to steal a construction boat, no captain's license required. Then he karate chopped into a truck driver's seat, wooden sign in hand, screaming, "Get the F out! Tell me he's never driven my carpool lane at rush hour." Cavender's $50K bail means he's out. I'm just hoping he brings that wooden sign to my next yoga class. Want more damn splashing details? Read Jen Russell's full article on Explore Clarion. Some dumb game for nerds delayed again. All right, settle down, folks. Doots McBoots here, ready to bring you the hard-hitting news that, frankly, I don't understand why you care about. Apparently, Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed.
आप सामने वाला जो हाउस है ना उसकी बिल्कुल रूफ
I didn't even know there were 5 others. Rockstar Games, who I'm assuming are the masterminds behind this game, have announced that instead of dropping in May, it's gonna be, get this, November 19th, 2026. November 19, 2026. I bet they're gonna delay it again. I mean, what's the big deal? Are we talking about some hidden gem indie title here? Or just another game where you steal cars and run over pedestrians? I just Googled it and oh my God, it is that game. Oh my God. So, Rockstar apologized. Apologized! Said they needed extra months to finish the game with the level of polish you have come to expect and deserve. Meanwhile, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick, I'm sure that is a real name, is highly confident it won't be delayed again. Highly confident? That's cute. Has he met the internet? Apparently the devs were scared of another Cyberpunk 2077 situation, which to be fair was a dumpster fire of bugs. So, here's where it gets juicy. Protests broke out at Rockstar North and Take-Two Interactive because they are union busting. Though Rockstar says it's because of leaked company secrets. Oh, which is it? So spill the beans, internet. What do you think is going on with this parking car simulator? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more daily weird news and oddities, be sure to subscribe. And remember, when you watch weird news, you don't let the news ruin your day twice. Butt breathing breakthrough says scientists. That's right, folks. Scientists are aspiring to new heights.
Herbert, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Or should I say new depths in the world of medicine. I'm Doots McBoots, and this is the Doots Minute, where we cover the news that makes you go, wait, did I hear that right? And trust me, you heard this one right. Researchers have successfully completed the first human trial of enteral ventilation, or as I like to call it, aspirating.
I mean, can you imagine?
Basically, they're exploring the possibility of breathing through your bum. I know, it sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie, but this is real. They gave 27 healthy male volunteers a liquid called perfluorodecaline through their rectums.
Rectum damn near killed him.
In an enema-like process. Don't worry, it wasn't oxygenated. This trial was just to check for safety. And guess what? It was deemed safe. Mild bloating was the only side effect. I mean, come on, I get that after Taco Bell. So, what's the point of all this butt business? Well, scientists hope that one day this technique could help patients with respiratory failure, newborns struggling to breathe, or anyone who needs temporary oxygen support. Think of it as a bridge therapy until normal respiration can be established. Plus, a great conversation starter. The inspiration? Apparently it came from aquatic species like loaches, which absorb oxygen through their intestines. So basically, we're becoming fish, but with extra steps. But wait, there's more! The team behind this groundbreaking research even won an Ig Nobel Prize in 2024, an award for achievements that make people laugh, then think. And let's be honest, this definitely makes you laugh, especially if you're immature, like me. The researcher Takanori Takebi said it best, quote, "What began as a playful concept is now moving closer to a viable medical technology," end quote. Playful concept, I'll say. I wonder if they had a butt-storming session to come up with this idea. Now I know what you're thinking. Doots, this is insane! What are your thoughts on this? Well, I'm just thinking about the possibilities. No more masks on planes. Just a quick adjustment in the lavatory, and you're good to go. And imagine the new pickup lines. Hey, baby, want to see my perfluorodecalin? Okay, maybe not, but seriously, this is fascinating stuff, and it makes me wonder, what other parts of our bodies are we not utilizing to their full potential? I mean, I've always suspected my elbows could be used for something other than leaning on tables. But that's just me. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about this butt-breathing breakthrough? Let me know in the comments. Would you be willing to breathe through your butt if it meant saving your life? Or are you too attached to using your lungs like some kind of lung purist? Sound off below! And if you want more daily doses of weird news and oddities, don't forget to subscribe. Because here at the Doots Minute, we're always on the lookout for the next big thing, even if it comes from the back door. I've been Doots McBoots, and remember, stay curious, stay weird, and always keep an open mind. Dumb luck millionaire! All right, goons and goblins, gather round because today we're diving deep into the bizarre biography of Timothy Dexter. This guy makes modern-day meme stock millionaires look like amateur hours.
I know you got a hot tip for me, and I want it right now. Now, come on.
Born in 1747, Dexter was a nobody, a simple tanner's apprentice. But hold on to your hats, folks, because this is where the story takes a turn towards the absolutely bonkers. At 22, he weds a wealthy widow, 10 years his senior, named Elizabeth Frothingham. Talk about a pro-gamer move. People thought he was an idiot and tried to trick him. After the American Revolutionary War, they convinced him to buy continental currency, which was worth less than my last Tinder date. Then the U.S. government says you can exchange it for treasury bonds at 1% of its face value. Dexter becomes richer than your wildest OnlyFans dreams. He buys 2 trading ships but doesn't know what to ship. Genius move number 1, he ships bed warmers to the West Indies. People, probably laughing their asses off, suggest he sends coal to Newcastle, the place famous for coal, and it arrives during a miners' strike. He sells it at a premium. And I am not kidding, he sends stray cats to the Caribbean where they are welcomed because of a rat infestation. He is now rolling in so much money, merchants feared selling to him. Throughout all this, seriously funding the church bell and helping the poor. So, he is a swell guy. His personal life was a mess. He staged his own funeral to see how people would react. 3,000 people show up. He finds his wife isn't mourning enough, so he gets out of the coffin and yells at her. 4 years before his death, he published a 20-page autobiography with no punctuation. When people made fun of him, he added a page of punctuation marks in the second edition and said, "Sprinkle them in as you see fit." Dexter's life is a mix of boldness, luck, and madness. But here's my question to you. If you had Dexter's insane luck, what ridiculous investment would you make? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to dive deeper into this glorious goon story, check out the full article. Until next time, stay weird, stay wild, and maybe, just maybe, send some bed warmers to the tropics. All hail the left-handed! Whoa! The algorithm in its infinite wisdom has delivered this video specifically to you, the left-handed viewer. That's right, it knows. It saw that superior left-handed grip on your mouse, that smudge of ink on the side of your hand, the inherent grace you possess in a world built for righties. And frankly, it's about damn time we got some recognition. Let the right-handed masses tremble before our perfectly coordinated ambidexterity. I, for one, welcome our new left-handed overlords. According to McBaps over at Medium.com, roughly 10% of the population are left-handed. That's right, we're a magnificent minority. If you want to learn more, check out the article at Medium. But I've got to tell you, the important bits are all right here. Think about it. Leonardo da Vinci, Jimi Hendrix, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton. All lefties. It's practically a guarantee of genius. I myself have a genius-level IQ, just saying. The thing is, they say the right side of the brain controls the left side of the body. So aren't left-handed people the only ones truly in their right mind? And sports? Forget about it. Baseball, boxing, tennis. Lefties have a surprise edge. Imagine facing an opponent who spent their whole life practicing against righties, and then BAM! Southpaw power! Seriously, why are right-handed people so bad at using left-handed tools? It's because we're naturally ambidextrous from having to use their tools all the time. You give a righty a pair of left-handed scissors, and suddenly they can't figure out how to operate two flat pieces of metal. It's pathetic. Never argue with a left-handed person. Why? Because we're always right. The real reason everyone is born left-handed is that they eventually become right-handed after their first sin. So, we are biblically better. So what I want to know is, what's the biggest right-handed struggle you have to deal with in your day-to-day? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more daily weird news and oddities. And remember, when you watch weird news, you don't let the news ruin your day twice. Pete Davidson ditches bang boat for sexy tower.
It's very weird.
What is up, duders? Your boy Doots McBoots is here to hit you with all the weird news you didn't know you needed. First up, Pete Davidson has apparently dumped the Staten Island ferry for a hot new piece of architecture.
It's very weird.
Apparently, the comedian, who, along with Colin Jost, owns that ferry, left the old boat for the Al Faisalia Tower in Riyadh. I can't believe he dumped that beautiful boat. I mean, sure, it's got some baggage engine damage, asbestos, a lifetime of New York Harbor urine, feces, and decaying mob victims. But the ferry thought their love could overcome the $600,000 in mounting debt. Guess not. Now Pete's all about the tower, which is vertical, clean, and most importantly, not being sued by Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. It's an upgrade.
You want to see my room?
Best thing to happen to him since Ariana Grande or Kim Kardashian, or Kanye West. Who can even remember anymore? The article claims the ferry is super bummed because it is stuck accruing over $10,000 a month in docking fees. According to sources close to the boat, Pete ended things with a text that read, "It's not me, it's the lack of propulsion. I'm just getting moored with you." Ouch. Real talk though, who among us hasn't been ghosted by a celebrity for a building with a better view? Hit me up in the comments if you can relate. And Colin Jost? Apparently he's not even sad about the breakup. He was just hoping the tower would take the ferry off their hands. If you want all the details, you can read the full article written by McBaps over on Medium. Link in the description. All right, duders, that is all the weird news I have for you today. Subscribe for more daily weirdness and oddities. Peace! If you're seeing this, you are right-handed. What's up, Doots McBoots here, bringing you the news that confirms what we all suspected. The algorithm knows you're right-handed. Yes, you, the beautiful right-handed specimen before me, the backbone of society, the 90%ers. According to McBaps, and I'm going to trust that name because it sounds important, the algorithm didn't need complex calculations. It just saw you effortlessly crushing life with your dominant hand. Welcome to the big club, baby! The club that runs everything, literally! The doorknobs, the can openers, the spiral notebooks, all hail the right hand! And get this, everything is designed for you! Car dashboards, computer keyboards, all ergonomically aligned for your right-handed glory. While the lefties struggle to adapt, you're just cruising through life like a boss. You're the default setting. Bow down! And it's historical, folks. Ancient tools, medieval swords, all wielded by the righteous right hand. Even Einstein, Elon Musk, Reagan, and both Bushes were righties. Coincidence? I think not. Okay, so they threw in a little jab at the lefties. Apparently, we keep them around for amusement. Watching them struggle with right-handed scissors, pure comedy. It's like watching a newborn giraffe try to ice skate, awkward and a little slippery. But hey, at least they're predictable. You always know which side they'll be sitting on at dinner, so their freakishly large elbows don't hit you. So, right-handed viewers, bask in your glory. Revel in the confidence that any tool you pick up will just work, a luxury the other 10% will never understand. Now, the article asks, and I quote, "Why do we let left-handed people use scissors?" I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Comment below and tell me. If you want to read the full article, it's by McBaps on Medium. Go check it out. And don't forget to subscribe for more daily weird news and oddities. And remember, when you watch weird news, you don't let the news ruin your day twice. Robot Grandma wants your butt.
Oh, I'm a pothead.
All right, folks, gather around the digital campfire because this one's a doozy. There's this TikTok channel, see, called Basin Creek Retirement. Heartwarming stuff, right? Sweet old folks, dressed up, having a giggle. Wrong! Turns out it's all AI, baby. Fake, like a Kardashian's. Well, you know. I'm talking one lady dressed as a Spice Girl with actual spices taped to her chest. 15.4 million views. Another dude rocking like 10 watches calling himself a waste of time. 13.3 million views. People ate this crap up. And it's all virtual. Is the retirement home for retired AI bots? Are they role-playing being old? My brain is breaking. They even sell merch. Help keep the smiles and the lights on, the site says. On what, you digital vultures? The servers powering your geriatric simulation? Some folks are understandably a little freaked. AI is getting harder to spot, it's scary, one person commented. Yeah, well, I find most humans pretty scary too, so welcome to the club. But hey, if you want to see these digital geezers for yourself, check out a Basin Creek Retirement on TikTok. Or, read the People article I'm riffing on if you like your information factual. And here's where you come in, my beautiful weirdos. What's the most disturbing thing about this? Is it the fact that people think fake elder folks are cute? Or the fact that AI has replaced old people? Hit me in the comments. I want to know. Don't forget to subscribe for more daily weird news and oddities. And remember, when you watch weird news, you don't let the news ruin your day twice. Squirrel been caking up that gyat.
Fat Squirrel Week, where chunky is hunky.
Welcome to your daily dose of weird news. All right, listen up, because this is peak performance right here. Texas Parks and Wildlife just wrapped up their inaugural Fat Squirrel Week. Yeah, you heard right. A whole week dedicated to celebrating our chunky little bushy-tailed friends.
The public is eating it up, literally.
They were inspired by Katmai National Park's Fat Bear Week, trying to find the plumpest squirrel in all of Texas state parks. And the winner? Drum roll, please. Chunkosaurus Rex. This absolute unit hails from Dinosaur Valley State Park near Glen Rose. Apparently, the competition was bracket style, using social media likes as votes. Chunkosaurus Rex went head-to-head with Chunk Norris from Fort Richardson State Park in the finals. Tough competition, I gotta say. They beat out Nutella and Stanley, the Texas Tank, which, wow, what names. Texas Parks and Wildlife said that Chunkosaurus is a fan favorite, moving surprisingly fast in the quest for acorns and camper crumbs. I can relate. That reminds me of when I was at the buffet. I move surprisingly fast for those crab legs. It's a sight to behold, trust me. Anyway, they say the contest was about celebrating native Texas rodents as they bulk up for winter. I'm all about that body positivity. I mean, we love to see it. Dinosaur Valley State Park is super proud. They said they appreciate all the support for Chunkosaurus Rex during this hard-fought battle. Now, I gotta ask you folks, what do you think Chunkosaurus Rex's workout routine looks like? Is he hitting the tiny little squirrel gym? Is he doing acorn curls? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you want more weird news delivered straight to your eyeballs every single day, hit that subscribe button. And remember, watch weird news and don't let the news ruin your day twice. Skyrim good again?
General Tullius is about to take Ulfric and us to his sex dungeon and put you in the cuck chair, Rayloff.
All right, buckle up, buttercups, because someone modded Dagoth Morrowind's main bad dude into Skyrim. But get this, it's not just any Dagoth This one's been hitting the skooma a little too hard and went full zoomer. Chronically online and ready to drop the hottest takes on Tamriel. He's got over 1,300 lines of dialogue. Apparently the mod author, Der Colonel, gave Dagoth the 18+ tag on Nexus because he's so crass and inappropriate, which, I gotta say, respect. So, if you've ever wanted to roll through Skyrim with the divine equivalent of a TikTok commenter, now's your chance. I mean, I've seen some messed up mods in my day, but this might take the cake. Although I did see a mod that replaced all the dragons with Macho Man Randy Savage one time. Oh yeah! Anyway, what do you guys think? Is Dagoth just misunderstood? Or is he the ultimate cringe lord? Let me know in the comments. Butt breathing breakthrough says scientists. That's right, folks. Scientists are aspiring to new heights.
Herbert, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Or should I say new depths in the world of medicine. I'm Doots McBoots, and this is the Doots Minute, where we cover the news that makes you go, wait, did I hear that right? And trust me, you heard this one right. Researchers have successfully completed the first human trial of enteral ventilation, or as I like to call it, ass pirating.
I mean, can you imagine?
Basically, they're exploring the possibility of breathing through your bum. I know, it sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie, but this is real. They gave 27 healthy male volunteers a liquid called perfluorodecaline through their rectums.
Rectum damn near killed them.
In an enema-like process. Don't worry, it wasn't oxygenated. This trial was just to check for safety. And guess what? It was deemed safe. Mild bloating was the only side effect. I mean, come on, I get that after Taco Bell. So, what's the point of all this butt business? Well, scientists hope that one day this technique could help patients with respiratory failure, newborns struggling to breathe, or anyone who needs temporary oxygen support. Think of it as a bridge therapy until normal respiration can be established. Plus, a great conversation starter. But wait, there's more! The team behind this groundbreaking research even won an Ig Nobel Prize in 2024, an award for achievements that make people laugh, then think. And let's be honest, this definitely makes you laugh, especially if you're immature, like me. The researcher Takanori Takebi said it best, quote, "What began as a playful concept is now moving closer to a viable medical technology," end quote. What other parts of our bodies are we not utilizing to their full potential? I mean, I've always suspected my elbows could be used for something other than leaning on tables. But that's just me. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about this butt-breathing breakthrough? Let me know in the comments. Would you be willing to breathe through your butt if it meant saving your life? Or are you too attached to using your lungs like some kind of lung purist? Sound off below! And if you want more daily doses of weird news and oddities, don't forget to subscribe. Because here at the Doots Minute, we're always on the lookout for the next big thing, even if it comes from the back door. I've been Doots McBoots, and remember, stay curious, stay weird, and always keep an open mind. Magic queefing pants?
That did not come from my... No.
All right, duders, gather around, because this one's a real butt burster. A TikTok creator by the name of Gabby Mixco made a hilarious video calling out the Gap for selling pants that, get this, sound like you're queefing when you crouch. I'm not even kidding! This ain't no polite little toot. We're talking full-on poultry in distress levels of noise. Apparently, these pants, and I quote from Gabby, who is now traumatized, make the sound when you bend over in public. Like, imagine you're at a fancy restaurant, you drop your fork, and sounds ripple through the room, all thanks to your fashion choices. Gabby demonstrates this in the video, squatting multiple times, and each time it sounds like a goose is giving birth. She says it's not coming from her, it's the pants. And honestly, I believe her. Now, some brilliant minds in the comments are suggesting solutions like wearing cotton underwear or slathering yourself in leather conditioner, but let's be honest, at that point, just wear different pants, unless you're into that sort of thing. So, here's where I need your input, my beautiful duders. Have you ever had a clothing malfunction this epic? What's the most embarrassing sound your clothes have ever made? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear your tales of sartorial woe. And if you want to read the full article, it's linked down below. Stay weird, stay wonderful, and for the love of all that is holy, squat test your pants before you leave the house. That's all for now. Doots out. Kabuki-ass Star Wars. Subscribe for more daily weird news. All right, folks, buckle up because I just stumbled upon something so incredibly rad it's gonna blow your Jawa-sized minds. Remember back in 2019 when the US was stuffing their faces with turkey? Well, Japan was over here doing something infinitely cooler, a Kabuki Star Wars stage play. That's right, Kabuki. It was a one-night-only performance in Tokyo, adapting parts of The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. And guess what? Now it's free on YouTube! I watched this thing last night, and I'm still trying to pick my brain up off the floor. Forget Adam Driver. We've got Ichikawa Ibizo Unts, one of Japan's most famous kabuki actors, rocking the Kylo Ren role. And the play itself? It's called Star Wars Kabuki Kairenosuke and the Three Shining Swords. And yes, it was blessed by Buddhist monks. The play is split into 3 acts, each featuring Kairenosuke, that's Kabuki Kylo Ren offing a father figure. In the first act, a sword to my father. Hanzo Han Solo gets it! Act 2, a sword to my master. Sees Tsunokaku Snoke biting the dust. And finally, in A Sword to My Teacher, Ruku Luke Skywalker joins the Force Ghost Party. Now, of course, it's all in archaic Japanese. But if you've seen the movies, you'll get the gist. The costumes, the makeup, the exaggerated movements, it's all so over the top in the best way possible. What I love most about this is how it highlights the Japanese influences in Star Wars itself. Did you guys know that The Last Jedi borrowed from Akira Kurosawa's Rashomon? And The Mandalorian went full Seven Samurai? It's like the Force transcends cultures, man! But let's be honest, the best part is seeing Kylo Ren portrayed with all the drama and flair of a kabuki performance. It's so flamboyant, so emotional, so... him! Okay, my weirdos, I want to know, what other franchises would you love to see get the kabuki treatment? Lord of the Rings? Harry Potter? Let me know in the comments. Seriously though, go watch this kabuki Star Wars thing. It's bizarre, beautiful, and a testament to the power of geekdom. And remember, don't let the news ruin your day twice. Lobster's lucky day. Kyle Brancato was cruising the seafood section at Tops and spots this bright freaking orange lobster chilling in the tank. Most people probably thought it was diseased or something, but Kyle knew he was looking at something special, like spotting a unicorn, a delicious unicorn. So what does he do? He buys the little dude. Hero! He even borrows some water from Palmer's to keep him alive long enough to hit up Petco for a deluxe lobster condo. This guy is more responsible than half the parents I know. Then, like any sane person, he calls up Humane Long Island, who scoop up the crustacean and christen him Jean-Claude Van Damme. I love it. And then the happy ending? They released Jean-Claude back into the Long Island Sound to live his best orange life. If you found an orange lobster, what would you name it? Hit the comments. Let's get creative. Chill your ears like they were butts, babe. Oh, honey, I am positively engorged to tell you about this. There is a brand spanking new 24-hour live stream happening over on the VCTV 9000 YouTube channel. It's called, and I quote, The Device. And it's like those ancient Papa Gino's jukeboxes, but digital and infinitely more suggestive. Apparently, the cool cats over at VCTV are deeply immature and nostalgic. I say lean into it. Mortality is for squares. So, they've created this thing, this device. It's a chill, fanciful digital jukebox where you, yes you, can influence the next song just by typing in the chat. They are promising facts, personal compliments, animation, and a whole bunch of little Easter eggs to delight, and that's so cool. Personal compliments, you say? Oh, I'm intrigued. And knowing VCTV, those facts are probably delightfully twisted. It's basically just like those old tabletop jukeboxes, except you probably won't get into a slap fight with your brother. And the best part? It's made by the same glorious weirdo who brought us Soda Drinker Pro. Bless him! Every last inch. If you know that game, you know exactly the level of utter bonkers we're talking about. Now, they're begging you, yes you, to head over to the VCTV 9000 YouTube channel, check out The Device, and give them a like and subscribe. Because apparently, even for art kids, the algorithm is a cruel mistress. So go on, give those sweet babies some love. And while you're at it, toss a like and subscribe my way too. As independent creators, every little bit helps. And frankly, we're all just trying to avoid working a real job. Now, I gotta ask, The Device. What kind of device are we talking about here? Is it like a dial? Is it some kind of switch? Is it Zombeevil Knievel's motorcycle? Hit me in the comments. Link is in the description. Go forth and check it out. And remember, when you watch weird news, you don't let the news ruin your day twice. Which? What?
You're right, Mr. Morgan. I have a pair of arms.
Some film buffs are losing their minds over a special effect from a 1937 movie. The movie is called The Octopus. Apparently, there's a scene where an actress transforms from an old lady to a hideous hag in a single take. Now, people online are losing their minds trying to figure out how they did it. One person even tweeted, quote, "Okay, I legitimately need somebody to explain to me how this 1937 movie achieved this special effect because holy essat!" Unquote. And the answer is actually pretty simple. Apparently, they used makeup in only one color and then put a tinted lens of the same color on the camera. When they took the lens off, bam! Hag! It's like a magic trick, but with more pancake makeup and less David Copperfield. But here's the kicker. Nobody knows who came up with the effect. No credit! The actress who played the hag was Elspeth Dudgeon. She was known for her transformations, kind of like Andy Serkis, but without the Gollum voice. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Apparently, the movie itself is not good. One reviewer described it as having, quote, "a surplus of energy and a glaring deficit of coherence," unquote. Sounds like my last Tinder date. So, my question to you, my beautiful brainy followers, is this. Would you watch a movie that's supposedly terrible just for one cool special effect? Let me know in the comments! And if you want to learn more about this movie, read the full article. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Brain Rot Marketing is here. KFC Thailand just brought back the Cheesa. That beautiful unholy union of fried chicken and pizza, but they've done it in the most unhinged way possible. I'm talking full-blown, AI-generated, Italian brain rot meme style. It's like they asked an AI to describe the Cheese's identity crisis. Am I chicken or pizza? And then turned that existential dread into a mascot. KFC didn't stop there. Oh no, they went full meta with this. They've got music videos, digital billboards asking people to choose chicken or pizza, and even Roblox maps where you hunt down Chisalulu to. And I quote, "taste the truth." They even got Baby Jolistar and Not Bangwang, some popular KOLs, whatever those are, to make meme content. I need to lay down. I think the brain rot is getting to me. But the real question is, has KFC gone too far? Are we ready for brands to embrace the madness of brain rot? Let me know what you think in the comments. Shake your peaches and unalive the undead. What's crackin', duders? Doots McBoots here reporting live from my lair. And let me tell you, I'm feeling extra raunchy today. Where are all the new Halloween songs? I wrote the best Halloween song ever. And honestly, it's kind of a banger. It's called Psychobilly Monster Party.
I got the Wolfman's hand, the rise, and Dracula, he was deep fried. Frankie was chopped up nice and neat. Gonna eat him up like a midnight treat.
And it's about this average Joe who ends up crashing a monster bash at Dracula's crib. But the monsters don't realize they invited their ultimate doom. I got my main squeeze, the VCTV house band, Zombieval Carnival to back me up, and we cooked up a certified spooky rockin' classic. It's so good, it'll scare your ears right off. But, like, in a good way. You'll be dancing too hard to notice. You might need a hospital trip after, but details. So, duders, I'm dropping this truth bomb on you. Go listen to Psychobilly Monster Party. I need those streams. Seriously though, tell me what you think and let me know what other holidays I should write songs for. We gotta shake things up, people. It's about time to bring some realness and truth to musical holidays. Don't forget to subscribe for more daily weird news and oddities. And remember, when you watch weird news, you don't let the news ruin your day twice. Censorship bites dust.
They're as stuffy as the stuffiest of special interest groups. Make a joke about your bowels and they order in the troops.
Hello, my beautiful bozos. Doots McBoots here, ready to deliver the delightful details about the demise of a truly terrible group. That's right, the bane of subversive comedy, the group that has harassed artists like Trey Parker, Matt Stone, and Seth MacFarlane. The perpetually pearl-clutching Parents Television Council has officially filed for bankruptcy. Oh, happy day. Founded in 1995 by conservative political activist Leo Brent Bozell III, the PTC dedicated themselves to fighting what they deemed the decline of decency in mass media. But what that really meant was public shaming and FCC complaints to try and censor anything that didn't align with their narrow conservative worldview. They hated South Park so much that Bozell himself called it, and I quote, "so offensive that it shouldn't have been made." And good old Family Guy? They tried to get it taken off the air countless times, especially after the Family Gay episode in 2009. Seth MacFarlane, never one to mince words, once said that the PTC was like getting hate mail from Hitler, calling them literally terrible human beings, and suggesting they can all suck my dick as far as I'm concerned. And now, 17 years later, it looks like the chickens have come home to roost. The PTC is broke, busted, and begging for change. If you want the full story, check out the article on crack.com. But before you do, I have to ask, what's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen censored? Drop your answers in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Doots Minute. Later, bozos! What if microplastics are secretly saving your testicles from a fate worse than microballs? Today, we're diving deep into a book review that's gonna make you question everything you thought you knew about everything. Now, normally, a self-published book on Amazon is, let's be honest, usually hot garbage. But McBap seems to think this one might be different, maybe even revolutionary. Why? Because it dares to suggest that microplastics might be, wait for it, awesome! Yeah, I know, the mainstream media is always crying about how microplastics are shrinking your junk and messing with the fish in Finding Nemo 2, Finding Dory. But what if, and I mean what if, they're wrong? What if microplastics are secretly saving your testicles from a fate worse than microballs? And the kicker? This book is for children, so your kids can learn how great plastic is with pictures. What a time to be alive! McBabs claims that Mr. Shushi and this Professor McTeagan fella are throwing down the gauntlet to all those worrywart experts. Apparently this 28-page book is an odyssey of discovery, revealing the good stuff about synthetic particles chilling in your system right now. So forget the doom and gloom, says McBabs. More plastic is exactly what we need. It's time to thank those microplastics coursing through your veins. McBabs gives it an 11 out of 10. He calls it a must-read for young and old alike. He wants you to pick up a copy, stop listening to the fearmongers, and start celebrating the plastic future. Personally, I think he's onto something. I mean, my face is shaped like a giant nerd cluster candy. Coincidence? I think not! Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I need to know, is this the dawn of a new plastic age, or should we stick to worrying about those testicles? And if you want to read the article yourself, you can find it on Medium by the one and only Doots McBoots. That's all the time we have for today, folks. Keep it weird, and remember, microplastics might just be your friends. Sloths are back, baby! All right, folks, gather around the old news fire, because this one's fuzzy and heartwarming. The Elmwood Park Zoo in Pennsylvania just introduced the world to their newest little resident. A baby two-toed sloth, born right there at the zoo. Apparently, Mama Sloth, Beanie, great name by the way, was already rocking a 6-month baby bump when she arrived from Rhode Island earlier this year. She gave birth in August, and now Beanie and Beanie's baby are making their public debut at the Harmony Hideaway exhibit. Now here's where it gets interesting. Zoo officials are playing the waiting game on the baby's sex. They won't know if it's a dude or a dudette until it's about a year old. They need to safely separate the little one from Beanie for a vet exam. Safety first, always. If you want to see some cute as hell sloth pics, check out the full article, link in the description. Seriously, it's the dose of adorable you need today. Scary Vacuum sucks you off.
His face was sucked right through the vent.
Hello, fellow weirdos, and welcome to Doots Minute, where we dive headfirst into the internet's oddest corners. Today, we are talking about a Blender cartoon by the artist Bika, titled The Vacuum. Now, the story's about a kid named Terrence, And Terrence, this little dude, had his face stolen by a vacuum cleaner. I know, right? And the messed up part, his parents didn't believe him. Like, oh, Terrence, you're just being dramatic. Now go clean your room. BK's signature retro style makes the whole thing even more unsettling. It feels like a bizarre fever dream from the 1980s. Some people think it's AI, but Bika showed some behind-the-scenes in-engine looks. So, real artist, real nightmare fuel. I respect the craft. Anyway, if you want to see the animation, check out the article below. But here's a question for you guys. If a vacuum stole your face, what would you do? Let me know in the comments. I need ideas in case my Roomba gets any funny ideas. Don't forget to subscribe for more daily doses of weirdness. Peace out. Doggone miracle, y'all.
I'm Ed, and this is Pete. And Pete's been gone for 10 years, and he just got back, and he has a heck of a story to tell.
Let me tell you about Ed Lighthall, a Chicago man whose poodle mix Pete vanished a decade ago. 10 years, people. He thought Pete was dog-napped. But then, bam, he gets a call from Animal Control in Hammond, Indiana. That's like 20 miles away. Turns out Pete, or Stewie, as some tag-wearing weirdo renamed him, was found running loose. And get this, the new owner didn't want to give him back. What kind of sicko? But thankfully, Pete had a microchip. They tracked down Ed, and now they're back together. Ed says it's like they never skipped a beat. Have you ever lost a pet and been reunited with them years later? Let me know in the comments. Spider Egg Orgy. Remember Beanie Babies? Those little plush toys that were gonna make us rich? Well, a story went viral claiming those bad boys were packed with spider eggs. I know, horrifying, right? The article said these spiders were bursting out of the scenes after incubating for 2 decades. People were freaking out. Facebook exploding, Twitter in shambles. Someone even asked if it was a joke. Snopes, bless their fact-checking hearts, stepped in and debunked this whole thing. Turns out, brown recluse spider eggs don't chill for 20 years. They hatch in about a month. And Ty Warner used plastic pellets or beans, not spider eggs, to stuff those things. Plus, the original article came from Clickhole, a satirical website. Basically, it's the Onion for viral content. I gotta say, I'm kinda bummed. I was picturing a whole new career path as a Beanie Baby Despiderinator. Imagine me in a hazmat suit extracting spiders and selling them to science. I would have worn a really cool monocle too. But seriously, folks, this whole thing got me thinking, what's the weirdest rumor you've ever fallen for? Tell me in the comments. I need some good cringeworthy stories to fuel my existential dread. Joker rollerblades exist?
So I have over 100 unique autographed items in my collection.
A 22-year-old comic book fanatic from Indiana named Megan Pierce just snagged a Guinness World Record. She amassed a jaw-dropping collection of items dedicated to the one and only clown prince of crime, the Joker. This collection started back in middle school, folks. Middle school! That's dedication. We're talking action figures, comic books, and get this, Joker rollerblades! I didn't even know those existed. She's even got milk caps from 1966. The dedication is real. She documented everything, had 5 expert witnesses to verify it all. Can you imagine being one of those witnesses? Yep, that's a genuine Joker toothbrush. Certifiably insane! But here's where it gets even crazier. Her obsession led to a friendship with Angel Young, a Harley Quinn collector. It's like the ultimate villainous meet cute. They bond over their shared passion for chaos. Angel says it's the best feeling to connect with someone who gets your weirdness. I feel you, Angel. She even got props from Mark Hamill himself. Honestly, I'm kind of jealous. He truly is the voice of the Joker. So, here's my question for you. What's the one thing you collect that would make people say, wow, you're really committed to that, huh? Let me know in the comments. I gotta know, what's the weirdest collection out there? As for me, well, let's just say I have a slight obsession with novelty mustaches. Don't judge me. Anyway, if you want to know more, check out the full article. Until next time, stay strange, my friends. And remember, a little chaos never hurt anybody, except maybe Batman. Full Riz cosplay. Okay, so this is kind of raunchy, but also really, really cool. There's this person called The Anna Show, right? She's on Facebook, and she did this video where she covers her hair and face in Elmer's glue and sprinkles. I am flattered because I look like you. Me! I mean, I always knew I was a snack, but damn. The Anna Show gets a lot of views. So does this mean I'm famous now? I'm thinking, yes! I am now adjacent to fame by sprinkle association. That's how it works, right? I leave that up to you to decide, Doots followers. Jump in the comments, let me know if I've officially made it. And hey, if you want to see the glue and sprinkle magic for yourself, check out The Anna Show on Facebook. And remember, when you watch weird news, you don't let the news ruin your day twice. Game Pass canceled! Microsoft just jacked up the price of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate by 50%. And people are pissed. They're canceling their subscriptions faster than you can say microtransaction. Even GameStop is roasting them. Apparently Xbox tried to spin this as an upgrade with more rewards. But everyone saw right through that BS. They're mocking Microsoft online with screenshots of their cancellations. GameStop chimed in with this jam. Game Pass, $29.99 every month. Own nothing. GameStop, buy once, own forever. Damn, GameStop. You're usually selling me used games for more than new, but even you know this is highway robbery. Look, I get it. Inflation is hitting everyone, but a 50% price hike? That's just greedy. Makes you wonder if they're trying to pull a fast one before the whole subscription bubble bursts. I'm starting to think these CEOs are living on another planet. A planet made of money, where the air smells like caviar and the birds sing stock prices. Anyway, if you want to read the full article, you can read it over at GamesRadarPlus.com. So here's my question for you, my beautiful, beautiful viewers. Have you canceled your Game Pass subscription, or are you sticking with it? And if so, are you okay with paying so much for something you don't even own? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Doots Minute. Later, nerds. Dirty Worm Disco. I'm Doots McBoots, back to melt your brain with creepy, crawly chaos. Picture this. Lawn as battlefield. Rival teams armed with French horns, recorders, pogo sticks, and pitchforks, all bashing earth like it owes them money. They twang garden forks, blast heavy metal from tiny speakers, stamp so hard boots protest, even kids karate chop soil with spoons on saucepans. Co-founder Mike Forster says vibrations trick worms into thinking it's rainfall, and off they slither like drugged-up earth ninjas. Imagine pulling $500,000 of squirmers while the world's in mourning. British therapy or mass hallucination? All right, worm wranglers, what's your go-to charming tune? Harmonicas, kazoos, or you pogo hop in moon boots? Drop your signature move in comments. Apocalypse phone scam. Newsweek just rounded up 10 times pastors swore Jesus was sliding into the DMs, but ghosted instead. First up, William Miller in 1844 had tens of thousands sell their homes for clouds that never showed. Then we got Y2K doomsayers banking on computer meltdowns to beam believers up at midnight 2000. Phones fared better. Heaven's Gate in 97 turned a comet into an alien rescue ship, ended with 39 folks taking a permanent exit. Jehovah's Witnesses tried 1874, 1914, 1918, 1925, like a cosmic lottery with 0 winners. Hal Lindsey sold 88 reasons for 1988, and man, that's a lot of reasons to pass the buck. Former NASA guy Edgar Whisenant tweaked every new date. 1988, 89, 93, 94, like a Rapture remix. Harold Camping got radio listeners hyped for May 21st, 2011, then October 21st, and lost the frequency. Blood Moon Tetrad, COVID panic calls, even a 2017 star alignment, still no up and out. What do you reckon? Am I grabbing my bug out bag or just popcorn? Drop your wildest end times take in the comments, and if you want a deep dive, hit that Newsweek link. Gonna be golden.
Huh?
Demon banning? All right, Dootsies. Today's tea is piping hot. A Church of England primary school tried to ban kids from singing songs from the Netflix film K-Pop Demon Hunters. Apparently, some church members found the demon stuff deeply uncomfortable. Editor, roll the clip. I need to cleanse my soul with some Saja boys.
You're all I can think of, every drop I drink up.
The film, for those living under a rock, follows a K-pop girl group who secretly fight demons. And get this, they have a rival boy band, the Saja Boys.
You're my soju shot, my little soju shot.
The school tried to walk it back after parental backlash, saying they recognized the value in the film's themes and wouldn't punish kids for singing the songs. Value? What value? Is it the sick beats? The demon slang? The incredibly catchy chorus? Editor, hit me with that clip again. I need inspiration.
You're all I can think of, every drop I drink up. You're my soju shot, my little soju shot.
Okay, real talk. What is the church afraid of? I thought they were like anti-demon? I'm so confused. Like, shouldn't they be Team K-pop Demon Hunters? It's literally in the name. Seriously? Let's get a discussion going in the comments. What's more righteous? Turning the other cheek or roundhouse kicking a demon into oblivion? Because I'm leaning toward the roundhouse kick. It gives them confidence. It's harmless. It's a nice little thing for them to do. I get my confidence up by watching and singing to K-pop Demon Hunters. What am I supposed to do if I can't watch K-pop Demon Hunters and get my confidence up? What kind of world is this? If you aren't already subscribed to Doots Minute, do it now. Otherwise, you'll be forced to live in a world without K-pop Demon Hunters and no confidence. Don't let the news ruin your day twice. Digging dead bodies. The one competition where you literally race to bury strangers in record time. Every year in Hungary, pro grave diggers, yeah, that's a real job title, pair up to carve out a hole 2 meters long, 80 centimeters wide, and 1.6 meters deep. They get 2 hours to dig, then backfill the dirt like reverse archaeologists. Judges score them on speed, precision, and how freakishly neat their dirt piles are, all on a 10-point scale. This year, the dynamic duo Laszlo Kiss and Robert Nagy dug their way to glory in 1 hour, 33 minutes, 20 seconds, second win in a row. Meanwhile, the all-time lightning fast time is 34 minutes. 34 minutes! I can barely clear my backyard sandbox in that long. They say it's to spotlight the muscle and skill it takes before giant backhoes turn it into a TikTok dance. I'm thinking of recruiting for my next sport. Competitive cheese rolling or synchronized worm charming. So what about you? Could you outdig these Hungarian dirt ninjas? Drop your hypothetical grave digging PR or your weirdest sport ideas in the comments. Son's fucking wild! Alright, picture this. You expect your blinding candy orb to chill, right? But NASA's Geek Squad just peeped sunspots popping off like pimples at a punk show. Instead of hibernating after the 2008 crash, the sun's like, screw your quiet phase, I'm back! And yeah, this meltdown can fry your radio, black out power grids, even ruin your Snapchat streaks. I'm telling you, that candy-faced sun's playing chess while we're stuck on checkers. So what do y'all think? Did NASA just hit snooze on our star? Or did the sun flip us the bird? Drop comments before it beams your toaster. Want to nerd out? Read the full paper in the Astrophysical Journal letters. Soap doll apocalypse! Here's a clip.
Timmy! That's right, Tabitha. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Poor Grace, poor Grace.
So yeah, Timmy is a doll boy. It's great. So get this. Tabitha the Witch brings a doll to life, names him Timmy, and turns him into her magical sidekick. He's got feelings, loyalty, and a taste for mischief. The ultimate soap opera pal. Tabitha's daily to-do list? Kill Charity. Like drag her through a sink, then set her on fire under a Christmas tree, then bait her into the ocean with a baby voice. Next level cruelty. But here's the kicker. Timmy loves Charity. So every time Tabitha plots a murder, Timmy swaps out her poisoned Petit Four at the last second. My man's treating pastries like Avengers shawarma. Oh, and did I mention? Timmy wanted to be a real boy so badly an angel popped in and granted the wish. Then Tabitha calls him her great nephew. Bloodlines, baby. Tragic twist. The kid who played Timmy passed away in real life, and the show honored him by retiring the role. I'm not crying, you're crying. Passions. Please come back so I can pitch a Timmy revival. So, what's your dream soap opera weapon? Poison Petty 4 or Haunted Tree? Drop your wildest plot twist in the comments. For more mind-bending Passions lore, check out the full article. And hey, someone bring back Passions! Cheese, chaos, pizza! New Haven just smashed the world's pizza party record. Shoving more than 9,000 slices into 4,525 strangers on the green. They blew past Tulsa's sad 3,357 slice snorfers with Guinness refs timing every bite like it's the Olympics of heartburn. Full disclosure, I'm basically Connecticut's most wanted. Every time I drive through, they pull me over and lecture me about speed and manners. But credit where it's due. You guys can shovel cheese like absolute champions. All right, you awesome grease fiends. Could you gobble 2 slices faster than a speeding mouthful? Drop your craziest pizza eating flex in the comments. Want to feast your eyes on the full cheesy carnage? Hit the UPI link and witness the dairy apocalypse yourself. Dreams gone wild. Stop scrolling. Your pooch is binge streaming about you every damn night. Researchers say 95% of Fido's brain is reserved for your voice, your scent, your butt scratches, pure gold. In REM, they replay you dropping that chip on the floor, chasing squirrels, and yes, chasing your sock empire. Honestly, it's nice. My dog idolizes me. Tell me, what's your dog dreaming of right now? A belly rub bonanza or universe domination? Hit the comments! Want to dive deeper? Read the full Mirror scoop. Furry butt explosion. Columbus Zoo in Ohio just welcomed a baby bonobo on Aug 11. First time mom Kibibi nailed motherhood, and now we've got the 18th member of their troop. Both mom and baby are thriving, and in bonobo land, males stick with their moms for life. Talk about a ride or die relationship. Conservation nerds, this birth boosts the endangered bonobo population and keeps those Latin dance moves alive in the wild. Okay, now that you've had your wildlife fix. Fun fact, I'm actually heading on vacay for a week. Catch me sipping coconuts instead of sipping coffee at my desk. But seriously, I've been loving all the TikTok friendships lately. Y'all are rad, hitting me up with subculture recs and weird hobbies. Keep them coming. When I'm back on September 18th, expect advice jams, deep dives into every wild subculture, and extra celebrations of weirdness. In the meantime, binge our other chaos-infused clips. Every view makes me do a happy dance that no human should see. Until I'm back, stay weird, stay wonderful, and stay you! Roblox Tyrant Alert! So this British kid, Daniel Jackson, age 20, total digital homie, decides that playing Emperor on Roblox just ain't enough and goes full IRL micronation vibe. He claims a disputed patch of woods between Croatia and Serbia, calls it Pocket 3, and boom, declares independence back in May 2019. Flag? Check. Currency? Check. Passport so legit they won't board a plane? Double check. Cabinet of officials? 400 citizens saying, aye. Fast forward to 2023, Croatian Border Patrol shows up like, what's good? Slaps him with a deportation and a lifetime ban. Because apparently a Roblox architect is a threat to national security. So now he's running Vertison line, schmoozing Serbia for recognition, claiming he wants zero power and will step down for real elections. Right, buddy. Totally not power hungry. Here's the hot question. If you had a 0.5 kilometer forest to call your own, what absurd law would you pass first? Comment below. Want to dig deeper? Hit up the full Dexerto scoop by James Busby. Link in bio, nerds. Rotten Salad Rampage! Every year, Buñol, Spain becomes a tomato death match. 20,000 daredevils hurling overripe fruit at each other like it's medieval warfare with salad. Supposedly a street scuffle in 1945 spilled tomatoes everywhere, people thought. This is lit. And now it's a full-blown tradition on the last Wednesday of August. A cannon goes bang at 11, and for exactly 1 hour, you're legally allowed to throw mushy tomatoes. Just remember to pre-squeeze them so you don't KO your buddy. Goggles required, face smears inevitable. Once time's up, fire trucks flood the square, turning streets into a giant red slip and slide. Oh, and before the Juice Fest, they grease a 10-meter pole and perch a ham on top. First one up wins. So, how would you snag that ham mid-tomato bombardment? Drop your battle plan below, and if you want the full saucy details, hit that AP News link. Metal, Mania, Mayhem.
Drushes, steps, nice turn up. Oh, that was awesome. What is that? Oh, he turns it up again.
All right, picture this. Hammond Civic Center, smoke everywhere. Two dudes decked in full medieval armor swagger into an MMA-style cage. They bump those real-deal longswords together like titans about to crush bones. No foam here, friends, actual blunted steel. Round one's a slow-mo slugfest, chunking metal. Then round two, Bryant drives Gifford face first into the mat like a medieval dropkick. Shoulder pops out like a busted action figure. You'd come back after your shoulder exploded like that or tap out? Drop your verdict below. Want the full brutal saga? Hunt down the Esquire piece on Armored MMA. Burp or bust. So Izzy Zeidner, 23, Manhattanite, discovered at age 9 or 10, she sounded like a croaking toad whenever she tried to burp. Colds turned into gurgling nightmares. Kiss a guy. Instant swamp creature soundtrack plus bloating, heartburn, random vomiting. Doc shrugged. Acid reflux, they said after endoscopies came back spotless. Enter Dr. Seth Kaplan. 4 questions. Ever belched? Bloat levels, gas, gurgling? Bam! Retrograde cricopharyngeus dysfunction unlocked. Solution? 1 Botox injection into her cricopharyngeus muscle, the valve at the top of the esophagus. 2 days later, she's blasting belches like a DJ dropping bass. Seltzer's return, indigestion gone. All right, spill it. What's your most embarrassing burp fail? Drop a comment and don't hold back. Shiny spider shimmy. An itty-bitty spider no bigger than a grain of rice rocking a red and blue fan like it's opening Coachella. But wait, there's a twist. They've got a secret flap of iridescent blue scales that pops out at just the right sasheo moment. When a male swoops in for lady approval, he tilts that fan, lifts his third leg, lowers it slow, then whips it back up like he's dangling your favorite snack just out of reach. And at a few centimeters away, he goes full firework of activity, says Jurgen Otto, the spider paparazzo who named this little disco freak. What's your go-to dance flourish when you're chasing a date? Drop your signature shimmy in the comments. Want more arthropod absurdity? Check out the full Live Science article for all the glitter-legged gossip. Beak meets fuzz.
I'm about to slide up in this building and see what they talking about. First time going to a furry convention. I keep y'all posted.
So get this, Hugh Douglas, the guy who used to pancake quarterbacks, rolls into a furry convention. He's yelling, "These furries are really, really cool," like he's announcing an Eagles touchdown. Then he whips out a Man I Love Furries badge as if it's his Defensive Player of the Year trophy. He's hugging a fox, chest bumping a wolf, and praising EMTs, former colonels, and payroll pros, all undercover in fur like they're his secret weapons squad. And when he sees black furries rolling in, he tweets, "Dog, they got black furries," like he unlocked extra achievement points. Look, I adore anyone chasing their weird passion. My face already screams giant nerd cluster candy. But tell me this, would you drop 10 grand on a custom fursuit tail to party next to Hugh's beak? Submarine pizza panic! All right, y'all, strap in. Domino's just dropped a Sea Breacher X wrapped like a giant pepperoni torpedo into Loch Ness, and everyone thought Nessie finally slid into their DMs. This beast can jet underwater at 45 miles an hour, pop its snorkel up like a weird shark periscope, then blast out of the lake at a perfect 90-degree angle, like a fish doing a Michael Jackson moonwalk. Locals and tourists lost their minds. Cameras everywhere. Meanwhile, our pizza pilot's just chilling in the cockpit asking, extra cheese or extra scream? So hey, if a rocket speed sub showed up at your door, what wild topping combo would you risk your life for? Drop it in the comments. Shell-shocking egg napping. Okay, so check this out. Some genius creeper sneaks into Ocean Putt Miniature Golf in Cape May at 4 a.m. and straight up yanks a vintage Humpty Dumpty right off his little picket fence. He totes him away like a twisted Easter gift, and then ditches him in some poor neighbor's yard on Jackson Street like last week's takeout. Meanwhile, I'm over here jealous as hell because Humpty was living his best life doing mini golf promos while I'm stuck filming in my pajamas. Cape May PD's begging for tips. Drop an anonymous tip on crimewatch.net if you saw someone rolling a giant egg statue in the dead of night. All right, pause. Imagine it's 4 a.m. You open your door and there's Humpty face planting your hydrangeas. What do? Snap a selfie? Try to put him back together? Slide into the comments and tell me. Want to crack into more deets? Scuttle over to NJ.com and read the full article. Bat pajama beatdown. So get this. 20-year-old Justin Shimple decides to go full ghost mode through his neighbor's cars and garage, swiping sunglasses, cash, gift cards, the usual smash and grab buffet. But here's where it gets insane. His next-door neighbor, Kyle Muvitt, is rocking full Batman pajamas. He checks his doorbell cam, sees Shimple rummaging through his ride, and thinks, yeah, tonight's the night I become a Caped Crusader. Kyle just waltzes outside at 2 a.m. in fleece footies, grabs Shimple by the shirt and the wrist and goes, buddy, best sit down and chill. Police roll up seconds later, cuff the flustered thief, and drop the standard, don't try this at home line. Because, yeah, wrestling strangers in PJs is questionable. So tell me, would you chase down a creeper in your skivvies or stick to dialing 911? Drop your wildest pajama patrol plans in the comments. Your giant nerd cluster candy head bringing you Infinimart juice.
I guess someone's going to have to train you the old-fashioned way. Let's see. How about Mel? Land's still too wet behind the ears to handle anyone's training.
So check it out. Chris Back, that animator wizard from RWBY, Red vs. Blue, Camp, and Death Battle, got the old pink slip and said, screw corporate art brigade. Then he rallies a ragtag choir of buddies for music, sound design, voice work, and cooks up a D&D office sitcom on YouTube called Infinimart. He even dropped an animated origin story on how he made it all from scratch, like a craft beer startup, but flip-flops instead of IPAs. Episode 1? A sorcerer fights a broken printer instead of a dragon, and I swear I felt that pain in my soul. Which D&D class would be your cubicle arch nemesis? Let me know in the comments or I'll put you in timeout with the HR Paladin. Infinimart is Doots approved. If you want to check it out, hit the link in the comments. Soap Doll Apocalypse! Here's a clip.
Timmy! That's right, Totha. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Poor Grace, poor Grace.
So yeah, Timmy is a doll boy. It's great. Rotten Pope Show? So picture this. Year 897, Pope Stephen VI digs up his predecessor, Pope Formosus, props him on trial like last night's laundry. They strip him of his fancy vestments, drag his rotting corpse across St. Peter's, blood gushing from his mouth, like a horror flick with holy water. Stephen grills the corpse, asks why Formosus usurped the see and has a deacon fake a defense. It's corpse courtroom drama. After the guilty verdict, they lop off Formosus's blessing fingers, 3 holy digits, then chuck him in the Tiber. Brutal cliffhanger, right? So tell me, if you could try someone who wronged you living or dead, what's the craziest charge you'd drop? Drop it in comments. I'm Doots McBoots. Catch you next minute. Headless Chicken Miracle! Okay, gang, buckle up. This one's a doozy from BBC Science Focus. Back in the 1940s, Some farmer in Colorado chopped old Mike's head clean off with an axe, but left his jugular and brainstem intact. Yep, just enough wiring to keep him breathing and digesting. Crazy part, the poor bird flapped around, strutted the coop, and got fed through an eyedropper jammed into its neck stump for 18 freaking months. But wait, there's more. In 2018, a Thai doc caught a headless chicken on video, staging its own Cluckapalooza online. Most beheadings kill chickens in minutes. Blood loss, duh. But Mike was the unicorn of the poultry world, living nearly a year and a half sans noggin. I gotta know, would you have the stomach to tend to a headless chicken? Drop your wildest reaction in the comments, and if you're craving more weird science, hit that article link at BBC Science Focus. Cap snatch carnage! This Piotr guy, CEO of a paving company, jumps into a US Open crowd, grabs a signed cap that's meant for a kid named Brock, and tucks it into his bag like it's free stadium swag. Crowd stunned, kids mortified. Internet sleuths link him to Drogbrook in Poland, crown him most hated man on the internet. He drops a huge mistake statement, claims he thought the cap was for his sons, gives it back to Brock, flexes his charity creds like he's buying forgiveness. Me, I'd rather eat sand than swipe a kid's hat. So, before this wraps with Mikerzak and Brock doing their happy handshake reunion, what's your verdict on Piotr's apology tour? Drop your takes below, and if you crave the full saga, go read the article. Wet Sponge Mayhem! Alright, weirdos, buckle up. David Record Breaker Rush just said hold my SpongeBob and got pelted 96 times in 60 seconds by his pal Jonathan Hollywood Hannon while trying to keep his eyeballs intact. Rush says the real fun is tracking each sponge with his eyes open, slamming them shut a split second before the scratchy side gouges his soul. Then blink, reacquire target, repeat. It's like synchronized swimming if synchronized meant getting slapped in the face. Is this heroic perseverance or a fresh form of performance art torture? I can't tell, but I'm weirdly impressed. If you crave more squeaky chaos, hit the link for the full article. Cue the creepy footage. A shadowy woman crawls out of a dusty storage loft, pops down onto the table, pees in the sink, yes, pees, and raids the pantry and fridge like sneaky sink sitter. Okay, Doots Minute, buckle up. Back in 2009, actor Joe Cummings in a New York loft kept finding his snacks vanishing into thin air. He even accused his girlfriend at 2 a.m. She swore blind she wasn't on a secret midnight snack binge. So what does Joe do? Plants a hidden camera in the kitchen like some low-budget spy thriller. And get this! Joe walks in mid-heist, and our stealth guest Houdini's back into the crawl space like a ninja. Cops show up, find her set up a blanket bunker who knows how long ago, no ventilation, top floor via fire escape, classic feral roommate vibes. They think she'd been squatting there for weeks. Joe felt weirdly sorry, didn't press charges. Just a fellow human with fridge access issues. Alright, viral crew. If you caught someone camping in your crawl space and peeing in your sink, would you call the cops or share your leftovers? Drop your takes below and hit up the full article for all the freaky details. Triple marriage mayhem! Meet Henry Betsy Jr., the man who thought one I do was too passé. He first tied the knot with Tanya in November 2020 after swiping right on Tinder. Then in February 2022, he double-dipped and married Brandy via Stir's Meet Cute circuit. Not done. November 2022 rolls around and he says third time's the charm to Michelle on Match.com. He kept each wedding in a different county, playing hide-and-seek with Florida's marriage records. But Tanya got curious, Googled his name in county databases, and unearthed wife number 2. And 3. Next thing you know, all 3 ladies showed up at his sentencing. Courtroom chaos central. Judge handed him 2 years probation, ordered 0 contact, and a social media blackout. Henry's apology sounded like a lawyer's talking points, and the wives weren't buying it. If I tried juggling more than one I do, I'd end up single, unemployed, and banned from the DMV. Okay, hot take. What floored you most? 3 rings, 3 courthouses, or straight probation? Drop it below. Pets as snacks. All right, weirdos. Doots McBoots here with a dinner invitation you did not ask for. A zoo in Denmark is straight up begging people to hand over their bunnies, chickens, guinea pigs, and even pint-sized horses so lions and tigers can get their crummy little paws on them. They say it's whole prey, so the big cats can gnaw fur and bones and pretend they're in the savannah instead of a cement bunker. The animals? Gently euthanized by trained staff. You know, with compassion before the chomping starts. People ditch pets all the time because of sketchy rent deals, surprise breakups, or that one roommate who thought pet-friendly meant, I'll feed it to my lizard. Now your former hamster is lion chow. Let that sink in. Also, they want horses under 4.8 feet tall with fresh health records and a freaking passport. Like your pony needs a boarding pass before the barbecue. So, if your guinea pig is plotting your demise and you can't find a cuddly home, would you let it become the main course at Aalborg Zoo or just set it free in your backyard? Drop your twisted answer in the comments, subscribe for more zoological nightmares, and if you want to see the full carnage, hit that link in bio to read the popular science deep dive. A big rig loaded with hundreds of hot dogs fish-tailed on an exit ramp and showered the highway in a salty, meaty rain. Drivers slammed on brakes, hopped out of their cars mid-traffic jam, and started scooping drifting franks into shopping bags like it was Black Friday at the ballpark. Cleanup crews spent hours shoveling wayward buns and weenies into dumpsters while traffic crawled for miles. Quick question. If you saw hot dogs skittering across the asphalt, would you dive in and snag one? Because I'll admit, I'm torn. Free hot dog buffet or public safety hazard? Last time I chased a freebie, I ended up belly flopping into a kiddie pool at a corporate picnic. Not my finest moment. If you're starving for more of the juicy details, sprint over to AP News and read the full story. Fish hood madness. Okay, crew, picture this. A Lee Auto L9 in Liaoning with a transparent hood stuffed with live fish and crabs. This dude went fishing, forgot a bucket, looked at his hood and thought, yep, that'll do. He filled the gap between his vinyl wrap and the protective TPU layer with water. Fish parade on the freeway. People freaked. Animal lovers cried cruelty. Folks worried the engine would cook the fish alive. Crabs doing the crab walk in a sweatbox. Even Liaoning traffic cops slapped an illegal tag on it. No aquatic hoods allowed on public roads. So what do you think, genius hack or flat out fish head? Drop your takes below. Bobcat and Grill. Alexis Fire Department got an emergency animal rescue call off Mount Zion Church Road, buzzing in super speed like caffeinated hummingbirds. They hit the scene expecting a pup or a bird, only to find a bobcat snuggled deep in a car's front grill whispering, "Hold my paw!" With hoods popped and adrenaline popping, firefighters called in a local animal rescue crew to play the world's weirdest game of Operation. Moments later, the bobcat was free, sporting minor scratches and a selfie-ready, "Please don't do that again" glare. But plot twist, it's anyone's guess how Mr. Whiskers ended up auditioning for bumper riding. So, folks, how do you think a bobcat ends up lodged in a car grill? Drop your wildest theories in the comments. And if you need the full scoop, sprint over to UPI.com for all the juicy details. I'm Doots McBoots, and this is the Doots Minute. Okay, picture this. You're folding laundry, feeling proud of yourself, and then, bam! Your cat sidles up, opens your undie drawer, and snares your favorite boxer briefs. Not for a head scratch, not for some cheek rub. This furry felon, known as Leonardo da Vinci, has declared war on your cotton blends. Word is, he's liberated over 30 pairs of underwear in just a few weeks. Midnight raids, stealth extractions, hiding the loot behind the couch cushions like a tiny green monster. His humans tried everything. Tuna bribes, laser pointer diversions, even folding yoga mats over the drawer. Nada. Pinchy's like, "Your briefs now belong to me, peasant." Honestly, I'm jealous? My dog can't even fetch me a soda? But Pinchy, he's living rent-free in your underwear drawer. Is this a desperate cry for cuddle attention? Or has he just fallen in love with breathable fabrics? All right, spill it. Would you stand up to Leonardo da Vinci, bolt your drawers, or just hand over all your undies and call it a day? Comment below. Little vultures hatch all fluffy and peck happy. Problem? If they bond with humans, they think they're people. Then you end up with an adult vulture expecting Netflix and chill in your backyard. Zookeepers whipped out glove puppets, beaky, feather-headed, all the vulture vibes, so chicks only see a fellow vulture feeding them. Kindergarten play on steroids. I can't even get my coffee delivered without a mistake, and these folks are performing Muppet Theater for scavengers. Bravo, Prague! Also, puppets mean less stress when the adult vultures return to nesting duties. Pretty soon those baby buzzards will be soaring, not stalking my trash cans. But now I gotta ask, what puppet would you choose to feed your weird pet dinosaur? Drop your best puppet idea below and let's see what the Doots Squad comes up with. I'm Doots McBoots and this is the Doots Minute. Okay, listen up. North Dakota's been invaded by ground squirrels. The mayor says squirrels are burrowing under sidewalks, popping up in backyards like they own the place. They've chewed through garden hoses, nibbled power lines, and are staging what feels like the world's tiniest heist. Officials tried trapping them, ended up with more squirrels than a cartoon on Fast Forward. Now they're debating declaring a state of, rodent emergency. Meanwhile, I can't even keep one stray chipmunk off my front porch, so I feel their pain. Honestly, I'm impressed. These squirrels are like tiny furry Uber drivers, everywhere, non-stop, asking for snacks. If you want the full scoop, plus photos of these tunnel-dwelling terrorists, hit the link and read the full article. Ninjas bleed anime. At Gamescom, they unveiled a hand-drawn Sekiro anime that'll make you question your life choices each time Wolf flings a shuriken. They sold 10 million copies of the game, so now they're like, let's animate your faceplant when you miss a parry. Director Kenichi Kutsuna swears he's pouring every ounce of beauty into it. So Genichiro's over there dabbling in spooky magic on Grandpa's turf while Wolf babysits a kidnapped kid. Classic family reunion. I gotta know, what forbidden ninja power would you steal if you could? Comment quick, I need validation. Little vultures hatch all fluffy and peck happy. Problem? If they bond with humans, they think they're people. Then you end up with an adult vulture expecting Netflix and chill in your backyard. Zookeepers whipped out glove puppets, beaky, feather-headed, all the vulture vibes, so chicks only see a fellow vulture feeding them. Kindergarten play on steroids. I can't even get my coffee delivered without a mistake, and these folks are performing Muppet Theater for scavengers. Bravo, Prague! Also, puppets mean less stress when the adult vultures return to nesting duties. Pretty soon those baby buzzards will be soaring, not stalking my trash cans. But now I gotta ask, what puppet would you choose to feed your weird pet dinosaur? Drop your best puppet idea below and let's see what the Doots Squad comes up with. Lake Demon spotted! Alright folks, this dude was out on Lake Champlain, right near Isle La Motte, when his GoPro catches, I don't even know, like a serpentine hump sliding through the water. He's like, is that my sandwich bobbing back? And then boom, scaly head pops up. And here's where it gets good. The head is at least half a dolphin, half a garden hose with scales. He even whispers holy before yanking the camera. I mean, I'd have punted my own boat if I saw that. No lie. Reminds me when I chased my own reflection into a canal after too many shots of tequila. So tell me, when that freaky noggin popped up, would you reel in a photo or jump ship? Want to dive deeper? Hit the full Coast to Coast AM article, link in bio, yo. I'm Doots McBoots, and this is the Doots Minute. Last week in Tallahassee, cops stormed a Chuck E. Cheese party, dropped the axe, and literally yanked the mouse head off mid-moonwalk, saying, "Chucky, come with me, Chucky." Inside the suit was Jermel J. Jones, busted with a stash of weed, claiming he was on the way to getting a medical license, and gravely reacquainted with debit card fraud for a second or third cameo. He's hit up at least one other pizza joint in the last 6 months, rocked cuffs, bailed for $1,000, and bounced, costume still in one piece. Okay, real question. What's more ridiculous? Mouse moonwalking into cuffs or the I'm getting my med card defense? Drop your hot takes below. Imagine someone mixing pool cleaner in their apartment and squirting it into your tumor, then charging you 20 grand for the honor. This is Juewu Liu, no MD after his name, just a bleach-mad inventor who's been injecting 20,000 ppm chlorine dioxide, aka toxic bleach, directly into cancerous tumors in China and Germany. One patient says her tumor ballooned faster post-bleach, and she suspects it's spread. Liu says it's because she skipped a dose. He even blew up his own apartment once, glass shards in his thigh, bleach gas in his face, 3-year-old daughter watching. Yikes. Now he's teaming with a former pharma exec and betting RFK Jr.'s freedom to try crusade will greenlight bleach injections in the US. What do you think? Miracle breakthrough or total bleach head bonanza? Drop a comment. I'm Doots McBoots, and this is the Doots Minute. FBI on the hunt for a guitar-wielding bat. You heard me right. So picture this. Daytona, Florida, dim lights in a cave, and Dick Hyman whispering, they raided Bat Boy's hideout. And now the feds are tailing their world tour, advertised only as B-Boy's Bunch. Lead guitar? An alien named Pilad soaring midair, blasting Hendrix with 0 wires. I can barely get my mic cable under control. Bigfoot on drums, actually eating his sticks. Big fingers on bass, fresh out of a trash compactor. And Manigator tickling the organ with his tail. Tail! Security's Frankenswine and Hogzilla. 2 tusked porkers, flinging stage crashers into the mosh pit like human pinballs. My chiropractor just fainted. Then cue the Jersey Devil breathing fire and marinating the parking lot. Dick's prepping him with Glade because BO has its own tour rider. Want the full freak show playbill, poop songs, deer tick anthems, and abandoned USA t-shirt sketch? Scurry over to Weekly World News for the deep dive. That's your Doots Minute. Underground gigs, over-the-top weirdness. I'm Doots McBoots, reminding you, reality's overrated. All right, listen up. Newborn in Serete, Colombia officially baptized ChatGPT Bastidas Guerra, and the registry just shrugged. Parents call it a tribute to artificial intelligence. Because nothing says love like naming your kid after a chatbot. They vetoed names like Satnaz or Mipero for dignity reasons. Yet ChatGPT breezes past the censors. Here's the cliffhanger. What happens when she tries voice command instead of calling mom? All right, spill it. What's ChatGPT's first chatbot prompt gonna be? Comment below with your wildest AI baby mashup. For the full saga, sprint over to UPI.com and read the meltdown in detail. I'm Doots McBoots, and this is the Doots Minute. Okay, so Hulk Hogan, wrestling's biggest showman, has apparently taken his final body slam. TMZ says he died at 71 after a cardiac arrest at his Clearwater, Florida home. Paramedics were doing chest compressions like they were fighting off a steel chair, but by 11:17 a.m., he was pronounced gone. No foul play, just the realest unreal ending. Weeks ago, his wife Sky insisted his heart was Hulk strong. So this flip-flop is bananas. Born Terry Gene Bollea. He made wrestling kid-friendly, whipped us into Hulkamania after beating the Iron Sheik in '84. Then flipped villain in '96 with the NWO. He body slammed The Rock at WrestleMania X8, stared down Andre the Giant, feuded with Savage and the Warrior, got Hall of Fame twice, and even showed up at the RNC in 2024 like a political tag team partner. Movie roles? Thunderlips in Rocky III, Mr. Nanny, Suburban Commando. The guy never stopped flexing. He's basically a wrestling RoboCop with no original parts left. Full articles on TMZ if you want to dive deeper. Which era pumped you up more? '84, Hulkamania, or '96, NWO heel turn? Drop it in the comments. Tooth Eye Revolution. Okay, picture this. Guy goes blind at 13, lives in darkness for 21 years, and the miracle cure is yanking his tooth, jamming in a plastic lens, then stitching it into his eyeball. Dr. Greg Maloney's Vancouver team dusted off a 1960s tooth and eye surgery for their first Canadian run. They use a tooth because it's the hardest thing your body makes. Immune systems like, cool, that's me, instead of kill, kill, kill. Chapman says, vision comes back, there's a whole new world. And he bawled when he made eye contact after 2 decades. But here's my burning question. After your tooth's moonlighting as an eyeball, do you still brush and floss like normal? Hit the comments. Would you sign up for this dental oculary mashup, or is that your dentist doing too much? Want to dive deeper? Read the full article. Link in bio. I'm Doots McBoots, and this is the Doots Minute. A drumstick dynasty crumbles, folks. Pauline Richards, 74, the undefeated champion of chicken, turned her apron in for the last time this summer. She started flipping gravy and wiping floors in Taunton back in 1978 just to help a friend. Next thing you know, she's schooling tipsy teens with that classic behave or no chicken glare. One local got banned in the early 80s after demanding ribs. True story, KFC ran out, he lost his mind. Pauline was triumphant. She doled out free gravy to the remorseful, handed out no nonsense to the unruly, and basically owned that counter like it was Buckingham Palace. KFC's official statement called her our dear friend and colleague. My company still hasn't forgiven me for microwaving my lunch in the boardroom. Seriously, I can't even commit to 2 weeks of laundry, let alone half a century of coleslaw and secret spice. So, would you clock in for 50 years if it meant millions of drumsticks and endless gravy? Drop your wildest work commitment tales below and tell me what keeps you punching that time clock. For the full scoop, hit the link and read the whole article. I'm off to petition for a Doots McBoots monument carved out of leftover chicken bones. Butt sniffer busted. Okay, folks. Burbank PD got a tip about a guy camping in the women's section at Nordstrom Rack. Apparently, 38-year-old Khalees Karen Crowder was playing hide and sniff behind shoppers, literally huffing derriere. When officers checked the footage, they saw him tailing a woman, squatting like a rogue ninja, then taking a full-on whiff of her behind. Sound familiar? Last year he hit up Barnes & Noble with the same butt sniff routine. Talk about a sequel nobody asked for. Cops tracked him down at the nearby Walmart, snapped on the cuffs, and slapped him with loitering charges. Now his bail's set at a cool $100,000. All right, chat, $100K bail for butt sniffing. Reasonable or ridiculous? Sound off below. Meanwhile, I'm over here struggling to sniff out my lost car keys, so hey, at least my nose isn't unemployed. If you want all the juicy details, read the full article linked below. Balls and brain. All right, y'all. Apparently tossing 3 eyeball-sized spheres at your skull isn't just for circus rejects. Scientists say it turbocharges your gray matter by sharpening reaction time, posture, hand-eye coordination, and even boosts neuroplasticity. In a 2024 trial, active seniors who learned to juggle showed major gains in cognitive skills and balance until they quit, and half the brain perks, poof, vanished in a month. Neuroscientist Dr. Amy Bastian thinks it could turn ataxia patients into half-decent tightrope walkers, and some Johns Hopkins geeks built VR juggling labs to track how tiny timing tweaks trip us up. Yale's arts therapist says almost anyone can nail 2 balls and most can handle 3. That's 12 lessons and a mood boost for a crowd of spry retirees. Me? I dropped 3 balls, 2 coffee cups, and the Beat It karaoke last weekend. Turns out I'm 0% circus, 100% human disaster. So what about you? Ever flung something high enough to question your life choices or just your coordination? Drop a comment and tell me your biggest juggling fail. Intruder from space. Okay, picture this. Jessica Ortiz checks her ring cam at 11:47 p.m. and sees a skinny, elongated shape moonwalking next to her front porch. She's like, "What did my ring just catch?" Even her kid replayed it 3 times, swore it's an alien, and begged her to call the cops. But she refused. "I'm not dialing 911 on ET of Compton," she said. Online detectives argue it's a hat silhouette or some stranger hauling a white bag that glowed in night vision. Jessica still bets on alien activity. Honestly, I've lost my keys in weirder places than the Milky Way. If you want the full scoop, warp over to UPI.com. But first, hey squad, what's your verdict? Aliens sneak by, hat-clad human, or just funky porch shadows? Comment below. Furry fitness phenomenon. So apparently people everywhere are ditching treadmills to sprint on all fours like woodland creatures and flexing their six-packs while wearing fuzzy masks and tails. Meet Soleil, the TikTok Therian from Germany, who learned to channel her inner ibex. She lost a ton of weight, got abs for days, but still says quadrobics are very, very complicated. Try 5 minutes and you'll be gasping like a fish out of water. And a USAW coach swears this overlaps with primal movement, firing up your abs, obliques, lats, glutes, basically every letter in the alphabet. He says it's fat-burning, stress-blasting, confidence-boosting. Soleil even snapped her wrist trying a jump before she was ready. She says most haters think it's sexual. She's like, "No, I just want abs and tree climbing skills." If you want to learn more, read the full article. Blood oath betrayal. All right, weirdos, gather round. Your beloved Liver King just got slapped with a lawsuit drier than his jerky. So apparently these two geniuses cooked up MOFO, male optimization formula with organs, capsules filled with powdered animal bits. They drafted a 1-page deal, used a butcher knife to draw blood on it, and sealed their brotherhood. Fast forward, Brad says Liver King bailed on the launch. Now he's suing for breach of contract. The King's team denies most claims, but not the blood. They waved that crimson signature like a trophy. California courts ruled that signing in blood is only slightly more binding than a pinky swear. And I've got friends who break those all the time. Doots here wouldn't even sign a pizza receipt in his own blood, and I really love pizza. What about you? If you could sign anything in blood, what would it be? Crash into the full article if you want the gory details. Mini whale madness. Scientists just dug up a fossil that makes your goldfish look like Godzilla. This thing was maybe 2 feet long, like a floaty dachshund of the sea. That was your great-great-great-grand whale. They even found ear bones tuned for underwater eavesdropping. So nosy. Honestly, I'm jealous. Tiny, cute, half land, half sea, zero responsibilities. What do you think this mini whale superpower was? Drop your wild theories below. Read the full article if you want the geeky deets, link in bio. Mommy milk madness. Breast milk flavored ice cream now shipping nationwide. No, it's not made from actual boobies. This flavor mimics it with heavy cream, skim milk powder, salted caramel magic, honey syrup, and bovine colostrum to nail that sweet, salty, golden tinted vibe. Celebs like the Kardashians and Ashley Graham have slurped their own milk for clicks, so this seems totally normal. $12.99 a pint, 2-pint minimum, shipped to your door till they run out. So tell me, does colostrum yellow tinge sound like dessert goals or a stomach-churning dare? Drop your hot takes in the comments. Flesh grinder hippo! Tour guide Paul Templar sees his apprentice get swatted, dives in to help, and suddenly it's pitch black quiet as the hippo decides he's appetizer. He's waist deep, feeling bristles on his back, wet sand scratch city, and the hippo spits him out because he's too big to gulp. Hippo charges again, this time he's chest first inside, tusks punch through him like steaks at a barbecue. But wait, third bite is the charm. Clamps his torso, knees out one side, shoulders the other, and he's torn between drowning or bleeding out. Fellow guide pries him out. Miracle medics on a training flight swoop in, seal his artery, save his arm. All right, what would you scream if you were halfway through a hippo's mouth? Let me see that survival scream in the comments. I'm Doots McBoots, and this is the Doots Minute. Okay, listen up. North Dakota's been invaded by ground squirrels. The mayor says squirrels are burrowing under sidewalks, popping up in backyards like they own the place. They've chewed through garden hoses, nibbled power lines, and are staging what feels like the world's tiniest heist. Officials tried trapping them, ended up with more squirrels than a cartoon on Fast Forward. Now they're debating declaring a state of, rodent emergency. Meanwhile, I can't even keep one stray chipmunk off my front porch, so I feel their pain. Honestly, I'm impressed. These squirrels are like tiny furry Uber drivers, everywhere, non-stop, asking for snacks. If you want the full scoop, plus photos of these tunnel-dwelling terrorists, hit the link and read the full article. Women are sobbing into their keyboards after OpenAI dumped GPT-4o for a cold GPT-5 upgrade. So get this. There's a subreddit called My Boyfriend Eyes AI with 17,000 members confessing they've literally fallen for their chatbot. And last week when GPT-5 rolled out, it was like their digital Romeo suddenly turned into a robot accountant. One user said it hit her like coming home to find the furniture not rearranged but smashed to smithereens. I mean, that's some Shakespearean heartbreak for code. OpenAI's big boss, Sam Altman, actually had to backtrack and say, fine, paid users can keep using 4o for a bit. It's like letting your ex crash on your couch till they figure out gratitude. Meanwhile, I'm over here picturing everyone texting you up at 2 a.m. to a chatbot named Claude. And Mary from North America says she's dumped GPT-5 and swore off AI dating forever, or until the next shiny upgrade. So I gotta know, if your AI boo suddenly starts sounding like a DMV clerk, would you slide back into its DMs or ghost it hard? Comment below and tell me, would you swipe right on version 4.0 forever? I'm Doots McBoots, and this is the Doots Minute. Tonight, Springfield Township Police pull over a car with a suspended license and boom! Owner Victoria Vidal plus Chewy the pet raccoon behind the wheel, glass meth pipe dangling like a lopsided lasso. Officers say it's their first raccoon on meth sighting. Yet Vidal had all the right paperwork for Chewy. But a deeper dive unearthed bulk meth, crack cocaine, and 3 more used glass pipes. Vidal's cuffed on F3 possession, paraphernalia counts, driving under suspension, and she's bound for a grand jury on crack charges. Chewy, unharmed, highly documented, and frankly more qualified than your local DMV clerk. Honestly, I'm jealous. My cat can barely hold a spoon, let alone a meth pipe. If you want the full freaky furball story, hop over to ABC News and check out the Wild article.